Good morning, everyone. My name is Jay Varshit of CSCB section. Today, my topic is health effects on air pollution. Why should we care about air pollution? Air pollution. The clear air requires EPA to set national embodiment air quality standards for 6 common air pollutants, also known as criteria air pollution. These pollutants are found all over the US. Some from natural resources and some from man-made resources. They can harm your health and environment and cause poverty damage. Criteria air pollutants: carbon monoxide, lead, ground level oxygen, particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide are the criteria air pollutants. They can adversely damage the environment by changing its color, structure, and form. Carbon monoxide. Incomplete oxidation of carbon results in production of carbon monoxide. Natural CO formation occurs from photochemical reactions in the cryosphere, volcanoes, forest fires, and etc. Breathing air with a high concentration of CO reduces the amount of oxygen that can be transported in the bloodstream to critical organs like the heart and brain. At very levels which are possible indoors or in other enclosed environments, CO can cause disease, confusion, and unconscious and death. Lead. Source of lead emission vary from one area to another at the national level. Major resources of lead in the air are ore and metals processing in piston engine aircraft, operation on leaded aviation fuel. Other sources are waste in creations, utilities, and lead acid battery manufacturers. The highest air concentration of lead are usually found near lead simulators. Volcanic activities and airborne are primary natural resources of atmospheric lead. These are the diagrams of some lead emission main department of environmental protection. They are caused from volcanic eruptions in North Alaska and other things. Lead, as a result of EPS regulation effort including the removal of lead from motor vehicle gasoline, levels of lead in air are decreased by 98% between 1980 and 2004. Here are some measures. For use as a motor full vehicle contains lead, so stop using more fuel so that the consumption of lead can be less. In petroleum, the gas emitted contains lead, which is dangerous to health. Unleaded petroleum and super unleaded petroleum are cheap and unharmful to the environment. Lead. Once taken into body, lead disturbs throughout the body in the blood and is accumulated in the bones. Depending on level of exposure, lead can adversely affect the nervous system. Kidney function, immune system, reproductive and development systems, and cardiology system. Lead exposure also affects the oxygen carrying capacity on the body. As you can see in the diagram in the right side, it damages brain or nerve damage, hearing problems, slowed growth, digestive problems, reproductive problems in the adults, but not in the children. Ground level ozone. Ozone is formed in the atmosphere when energetic ultraviolet radiations dissociates molecules of oxygen into separate oxygen atoms. Free oxygen atoms can recombine to form oxygen molecules, but in a free oxygen atom, O2 collides with an oxygen molecule, O2. It joins up, forming O3. Ozone. Breathing ozone can trigger various and health variety problems, particularly for children, the elderly, and people of all ages who have lung diseases such as asthma. My friend Puneet has asthma also. Ground level oxygen or ozone can also have harmful effects on sensitive vegetation and ecosystem. Here you can see how the ecosystem is depleting the ozone layer with different type of gases such as nitrogen oxide plus VOC, vehicular oxygen carbon plus heat and sunlight equal to ozone. Ground level or bad ozone is not emitted directly into the air, but is created by chemical reactions between NOx and VOCs in the presence of heat and sunlight. Emission from industrial facilities and electric utilities motors, vehicle exhaust, gasoline vapors, and chemical solvents are some of the major sources of oxides of nitrogen and organic compounds of NO means oxidants of nitrates, and VOC is volatility of organic compounds. Particulate matter, sea salt, oil dust, volcanic particles, smoke from forest fires account for particulate emission each year. Small particles are removed from the atmosphere by action of water droplets, which grow in size until they are large enough to participate. Large particles are removed by direct washing without falling raindrops. You can see the pictures. The dust that is carried due to vehicles, the forest fires causing different types of gases, and the coal mining causes particulated matter. EPA groups particle pollution into two categories. Inhaled coarse particles, such as those found near roadways and dusty industries, are larger than 2.5 micrometers and smaller than 10 micrometers in diameter. And other one is fine particles, such as those found in smoke and haze, are 2.5 micrometers in diameter and smaller. These particles can be directly emitted from sources such as forest fires, or they can form when gases emitted from power plants, industries, and automobiles react in the air. You can see the particulated matter diagram like a human hair. Human hair is 50 to 70 ohms meter microns in diameter. PM 2.5 combustion particles, organic compounds, metals, etc. of 2.5 microns in a diameter. PM 10 of dust, pollen, mold, etc. less than 10 microns in a diameter. 90 microns in a diameter is found in fine bleached sand. Particulated matter. Particulate matter contains microscopic solids or liquid droplets that are smaller than they can be inhaled and cause serious health problems. Types and effects of particulate matter. Fine particulate matter inhalable by the lungs causes street dust, abrasion, respiratory emulsion, decrease of pulmonary function in the first half of the lungs. It is less than 10 micron. Fine particles respirable. industrial dust, exhaust, diametrial diseases increase the risk of lung cancer is in the second half of the lung. It is less than 2 to 5 microns per diameter. Third one is ultrafine particles. They are found in diesel soot, exhaust. It increases the risk of heart attacks and increases the risk of cancer. It is less than 1 micron per diameter. It is found in the lower end of the lung. Nitrous oxides. Nitrogen oxide or nitrogen dioxide is one of the group of highly reactive gases known as oxides of nitrogen or nitrogen oxides, NOx. Although some is naturally occurring, NO2 primarily gets in the air from the burning of fuel by the vehicles. NO2 forms emission from cars, trucks, and buses or power plants and off-road equipment. Breathing air with a high concentration of NO2 can irritate always in the human respiratory system. Such exposures over short periods can aggressively respiratory diseases, particularly asthma, leading to respiratory system symptoms such as coughing, wheezing, or difficult breathing. Hospital admissions and visits to emergency rooms. Longer exposure to evacuate concentration of NO2 may contribute to the development of asthma, and pollutants increase severely to respiratory infections. People with asthma, as well as children and the elderly, are generally at risk for health effects of NO2. NO2 along with other NOx reacts with other chemicals in the air to form both particulate matter and ozone. But these gases are also harmful when inhaled due to effects of the respiratory system. Sulfuric oxides. The largest source of SO2 in atmosphere is the burning of fossil fuel by power and plants and other industrial facilities. Smaller sources of SO2 emission include industrial processes such as extracting metal from ore, natural sources such as volcanic and locomotive ships and other vehicles, and heavy equipment that burn with a high sulfuric content. Sulfuric oxide. At high concentrations, gaseous SO2 can harm tree and plants by damaging foliage and decreasing growth and can contribute to acid rain, which can harm sensitive ecosystems. Short-term exposures to SO2 can harm the human respiratory system and make breathing difficult. Children, the elderly people, and those who suffer from asthma are particularly sensitive to effects of SO2. NASA US air quality improves 1.5 of the air pollution in the air. Thank you.